I didn't expect to see her. Not here, not now. But there she was, Elena, standing across the crowd, laughing like nothing had ever happened. My chest tightened, and I had to stop walking. "Hey man, you spacing out again?" Ryan nudged me. What? I blinked, forcing my gaze away from her. "You look like you just saw a ghost," he smirked. "Or your ex." "Wait, is that her?" I clenched my jaw. "Shut up, Ryan." He laughed, loud enough that a few people turned to glance at us. "Come on, don't tell me you're still hung up on Elena. That's ancient history, bro." "It's not," I muttered, but even I knew my words were weak. My eyes kept darting back to her. She looked the same, beautiful, radiant, untouchable. My memories hit like a punch. Her smile, our late-night talks, the promises we made that she broke without a second thought. "She's looking over here," Ryan said quietly. "Don't freeze. Say something. Or don't, your choice." I didn't move. My heart was hammering, my mind screaming. Should I go to her? Pretend I didn't see her? What if she remembered me? What if she didn't? "Elena," I whispered under my breath. My voice sounded strange to me, weak and hoarse. "Yeah? Talk to her, man. Life's too short for regrets," Ryan said, smirking. "Or you could just stand there like a fool." I wanted to scream at him. "It's not that simple." Ryan just shrugged. "Since when has anything with her been simple?" I felt my hands clench into fists. She left me, Ryan, just walked away. No explanation, nothing. 2 years ago, and now she's just here." He raised an eyebrow. "And you're thinking about running into traffic just to see her?" "Stop joking," I snapped. "I can't believe she's back. I thought she was gone for good. I thought she was just a memory." Ryan's smile faded. "You're acting like you never moved on. Did you ever?" "I tried," I admitted. "I really did. But seeing her, it's like the past just hit me in the chest." "She looks happy," Ryan said. "You?" "Not so much." I didn't answer. I couldn't. She was laughing now, the kind of laugh that once made my world feel alive, and now it felt like a knife twisting in my chest. "What are you going to do?" Ryan asked. "I don't know," I said. My voice was barely audible. "Go to her? Pretend I never noticed? Confront her? I can't decide." Ryan crossed his arms. "Classic, you're frozen, bro. Like a deer in headlights." I took a deep breath. I can't just let this happen. I don't know what I need." Ryan put a hand on my shoulder. "Whatever you do, don't make a fool of yourself." "But if you're going to face her, man, you better decide fast." I swallowed hard. Every instinct told me to run. Every memory pulled me forward. My heart raced. My mind was a storm. Elena hadn't noticed me yet. And maybe that was for the best. Maybe it wasn't. I stayed frozen, torn between confrontation and retreat, as the crowd flowed around us. And in that moment, I realized something terrifying. 2 years ago, I thought I had moved on. But now, staring at her, I wasn't sure I ever had. I can't stop thinking about her. Elena. Every word she ever said, every fight, every promise, I replay it all like a broken record. "Hey, you okay?" Ryan's voice pulled me back. "Huh? Oh, yeah." "Fine," I said too quickly, forcing a smile. He raised an eyebrow. "Sure you are. You've been spacing out since this morning. Again." "I'm fine, Ryan, seriously." But I wasn't. My stomach twisted as I imagined her walking past me again, like the world hadn't changed in 2 years. "Fine, huh?" he said, nudging me with his elbow. "You're about to explode if you don't talk. Who's the victim today? Elena or your pride?" I groaned. "Stop calling her name. It's not helping." "You've got a long way to go if you think I won't tease you. But hey, she's back, right? Permanently?" I froze. Yeah, I heard she's staying. Ryan whistled. Damn, that's brutal. You're not ready for this. Thanks for the pep talk, I muttered, glaring. He shrugged. Just saying the obvious. You've been crushed before, bro. Don't let history repeat itself. I took a deep breath and tried to focus on work, but my mind was a mess. Every memory of Elena hit me like a wave. That night she left me, storming out without explanation, her laughter echoing in the apartment as I sat there in silence. The fights, the nights I begged her to stay, the mornings I woke to emptiness, all came rushing back. Hey, you're distracted, a soft voice said beside me. I jumped. Oh, hi, Sophia, right? She smiled gently, holding a stack of papers. Yeah, I noticed you seemed distant. Everything okay? I forced a chuckle. Yeah, just a lot on my mind. She tilted her head, studying me carefully. It's more than that. You're tense, and it's not work-related. You can talk if you want. I won't tell anyone. I hesitated. Her trust felt too fragile to risk with my mess. I'm fine, really. Sophia didn't push. Okay, but remember, bottling it up never helps. I nodded, grateful and irritated at the same time. How could she see me like this without knowing anything? Ryan leaned over from his desk. You're daydreaming again. Admit it. She's still running through your head, isn't she? I clenched my fists under the table. Maybe, I admitted softly. Ryan smirked. Bingo. You're obsessed, man. Don't worry. I won't tell anyone. Yet. I scowled. Obsessed is not the word. Whatever you say, bro. Just don't let it eat you alive. Sophia glanced between us, a small frown on her face. You two are really close? Yeah, I muttered, avoiding eye contact. My chest felt tight. Sophia's voice softened. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Heartbreak doesn't just disappear. You can't ignore it forever. I swallowed hard. I know. Her words stuck with me. I realized my anger, my longing, my obsession. It was all bubbling just beneath the surface. I didn't want to admit it, but she was back in town and my control was slipping. Ryan elbowed me again. See? Even she gets it. You're screwed, man. I'm not screwed, I snapped, though my voice lacked conviction. You might be, Ryan said, smiling knowingly. But hey, misery loves company, right? Sophia chuckled softly, shaking her head. You two are ridiculous. I forced a laugh, too, but my heart wasn't in it. My thoughts kept drifting to Elena, her voice, her laugh, the way she moved. I felt the familiar sting of betrayal and the ache of old love. And I knew without a doubt that I was on the verge of obsession again. I felt my stomach knot the moment she walked up. Elena. Close enough that I could see the slight tremor in her hand, the hesitant tilt of her head. My chest tightened. Hey, she said softly, almost casual. It's been a while? Yeah, I said, my voice low. A long while. She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. I wanted to say I'm sorry. For everything. Sorry? I laughed bitterly. Is that all you have after 2 years? She flinched but kept her gaze steady. I know it doesn't erase what happened. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I just wanted to make amends. I swallowed hard. Make amends? You left me, Elena. You walked out like I didn't matter. How do you think I feel about that? Her eyes softened. I know I hurt you. You hurt me? I snapped, anger rising. You betrayed me. You lied, you disappeared, and you didn't even have the decency to explain yourself. She flinched again. I know, and I regret it. More than I can say. But it wasn't because I didn't care about you. It was fear, pride. I thought I was protecting myself. Protecting yourself? I repeated, voice shaking. Do you have any idea what you did to me? Do you even remember those nights I spent alone, thinking you left me for someone else? I remember, she whispered, every night. I never stopped thinking about you, but I wasn't strong enough to face my own mistakes. I clenched my fists, trying to hold back the storm of emotions. My anger, my heartbreak, my longing, all mixed into one unbearable weight. You weren't strong enough? And I was? I trusted you. I believed in you, and you threw that away. I know, she said, her voice breaking. And I hate myself for it. I can't change the past. But I'm here now trying to make it right. Even if it's just a little. Ryan's words echoed in my head. People rarely change overnight. But my heart screamed. Part of me wanted to throw my arms around her, the part that still loved her. Another part wanted to scream at her until she understood every ounce of pain she caused. I don't know if I can forgive you, I admitted, my voice barely audible. You don't have to, she said gently. I don't expect it. I just hope you can understand why I left. Please, don't hate me completely. I ran my hands through my hair, pacing a few steps. Hate you? Elena, you broke me. I don't even know who I am anymore because of you. And now you're here acting like nothing happened. How am I supposed to feel? Her eyes glistened with unshed tears. I want you to feel whatever you need to feel, pain, anger, even hate. I'll accept it all. But I also want you to know I never stopped caring about you. I never stopped caring either, I whispered, my throat tight. And that's what makes this worse. Ryan nudged me lightly. Remember what I said. Caution, man. Don't get pulled in too fast. People's words are easy. Actions, that's harder. I nodded slowly, trying to steady myself. I know. She stepped closer, just slightly, and I felt a spark I didn't want to feel. I know I don't deserve your trust. I'm just hoping for a chance to start somewhere, even if it's just a tiny step. I looked away, my chest heavy. Part of me wanted to run. Part of me wanted to throw myself at her feet. I can't just forget everything. I can't. But I don't know if I can hate you forever. Her hand hovered near mine, but she didn't touch me. I'll wait. As long as it takes. I stepped back, my mind racing, heart pounding. Forgive her? Seek justice? Let her stay or push her away? The choices twisted inside me like knives. And for the first time in years, I realized the decision wasn't just about her, it was about me, and whether I could survive this without losing myself. I can't forgive her. Not yet. The wound is too fresh, too raw, but I can't just stand here either. I need her to understand the pain she caused, to feel a fraction of it herself. Man, you're obsessed, Ryan said, leaning against my desk. Watching her, thinking about her. It's unhealthy. I'm not obsessed, I muttered, though my stomach clenched. I need her to realize what she did. That's different. Different? It's all the same, bro. You're letting this eat you alive. I ignored him and started sketching a plan in my head. Every detail mattered. Her schedule, her favorite cafe, the route she takes to work. I can't act impulsively. I need precision. I need her to understand, not just hear me. Sophia appeared at the doorway, papers in her hand. Hey, are you okay? You've been distant. I glanced at her quickly. Yeah, I'm fine, just focused. She studied me, her eyes soft but sharp. Focused or fixated, there's a difference. It's nothing, I said, forcing a smile. Really? She shook her head. You don't have to lie to me, just be careful, okay? I wanted to tell her everything. That Elena was back. That my heart was torn in two. That I was on the edge between love and revenge. But Sophia didn't need my chaos yet. Thanks, I said, keeping it vague. Ryan snorted. See? Even she notices. You're spiraling. I'm not spiraling, I snapped, but the words felt hollow. Days passed. I followed Elena discreetly, noting her routines. Morning coffee at that tiny cafe, lunch at the park nearby, a short walk before heading to work. I memorized everything, the way she smiled at strangers, the little ways she tucked her hair behind her ear, the way she laughed softly when she thought no one was watching. Bro, this is getting creepy, Ryan said one evening, catching me scribbling notes furiously. You're turning into a stalker, not a man with a plan. I'm not a stalker, I growled. I'm preparing. She needs to feel what she put me through. Just a taste. Ryan raised an eyebrow. And then what? You think that'll fix anything? Make you feel better? You'll just trap yourself in the past again. Maybe, I admitted, lowering my gaze. But I can't let this go. Not yet. Sophia caught me one morning at the office, her expression concerned. You've changed, she said softly. There's a darkness in you now. Are you sure this is worth it? I hesitated. She was right. Part of me wanted revenge. Part of me still wanted her. I don't know anymore, I whispered. I just can't stop thinking about her. Can't stop planning. She stepped closer, her voice gentle. Be careful. Don't let her, or anyone, make you lose yourself. Some lines once crossed can't be uncrossed. I nodded silently, feeling the truth in her words. But the line between justice and obsession blurred every time I thought of Elena's face, of the way she hurt me, and yet still captivated me. Ryan's right, I muttered to myself later that night. I can't let this destroy me, but I need her to understand. She has to. I imagined our confrontation, carefully calculated, emotionally precise, not screaming or threats, no physical confrontation. Just her seeing the damage she left behind, the void she created, and maybe, just maybe, she would finally understand the weight of her choices. I sank back in my chair, staring at the empty coffee mug. My mind raced, twisting between desire and vengeance, between love and pain. I knew I was walking a dangerous path, one that could consume me if I wasn't careful. But I couldn't stop. Not now. Not when everything inside me demanded this. Justice, clarity, closure. And so my plan took shape in the silence of my apartment, fueled by obsession and heartbreak, with every heartbeat reminding me that the line I was about to cross was thinner than I dared to admit. I walked into the meeting room and froze. Elena was already there, smiling politely at the others, pretending like nothing had happened. My chest tightened. Hey, she said softly when she noticed me. Looks like we'll be working together on this project. Yeah, I muttered, keeping my voice steady. Seems that way. She tilted her head. I hope that's okay. It's fine, I said quickly, but my mind was racing. Fine? Nothing about this was fine. Ryan nudged me under the table. Relax, man. You got this. Hopefully. I don't need luck, I whispered, though my stomach twisted. The project started, and we were forced into close proximity. She leaned over my notes, brushing her hand against mine. I jerked back slightly. Heart pounding. You're tense, she said quietly. I can see it. I'm just focused, I replied. Lies, lies, lies. Focused or nervous? She pressed, eyes locking onto mine. Nervous? No. Just careful. I could feel my pulse in my ears. A few minutes later, she murmured, almost under her breath, I'm sorry, for before, for everything. I froze. Sorry doesn't fix the past, I said, voice tight. I know, she admitted, voice barely audible. But I mean it. I never stopped caring. Never stopped caring? I snapped, anger and longing colliding. Do you realize how that feels? How it feels to be left? To be betrayed? I know it hurt, she said softly, and I regret it every single day. I clenched my fists. You can regret all you want, Elena. It doesn't change the fact that I'm still picking up the pieces. She looked down, biting her lip. I don't expect forgiveness. I wanted you to know. Sophia appeared behind me, her voice gentle. You've been distracted all morning. Are you sure this obsession with her is healthy? I turned, caught off guard. I'm managing it, I muttered. Sophia shook her head. It doesn't look like managing. It looks like danger. For your heart. For your mind. I know what I'm doing, I said sharply, though her words planted seeds of doubt. Elena cleared her throat. Can we just focus? I don't want this to be awkward. It's already awkward, I snapped, unable to hold back. Do you even realize the chaos you caused? 2 years, Elena. I'm still drowning in it. Her eyes widened. I don't, I shouted, voice cracking. Don't you dare speak. You left me, and now you're here acting like nothing happened. Do you know what that does to me? I'm sorry, she finally yelled, tears welling. I can't take it back. I wish I could, but I never wanted to hurt you. Her words hit me like a storm. Anger, heartbreak, desire, all mixing into something uncontrollable. My hands shook. I still love you, I admitted, barely above a whisper. She froze. You what? I said I love you, I repeated, voice louder now, raw and shaking, and that scares me. Because I shouldn't. Because you broke me. Silence fell. The office noises faded into nothing. Only her eyes and mine. I could see the regret, the fear, the truth. Maybe we're both broken, she whispered finally. But that doesn't mean we can't try. I stepped back, breathing hard, heart racing. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I should. Sophia's words echoed in my mind again. Don't let her, or anyone, make you lose yourself. I swallowed, realizing she was right. Desire, anger, love, they were all tangled, threatening to destroy me. But in that moment, staring at Elena, I knew I couldn't turn away. Not entirely. And I didn't. I thought I knew everything about Elena, thought I understood the betrayal, the lies, the way she vanished. But the more I dug, the more I realized the truth was complicated. Man, you're still obsessing? Ryan asked one evening as I scrolled through messages, documents, and old emails. Seriously, let it go. I can't, I muttered. I need to know why. I need closure, or maybe revenge. Ryan shook his head. Closure and revenge don't mix, bro. One is for peace, the other is for pain. I don't care about peace right now, I snapped. I care about understanding. I care about what went wrong. He sighed. Fine. But remember, sometimes what you find, it'll hurt more than the initial betrayal. I ignored him and kept digging. A pattern emerged. Elena's family, her parents, had pressured her, controlled her decisions, manipulated her into leaving. I read messages between her and her mother, emails full of guilt and threats disguised as concern. It wasn't just Elena's pride or fear. She was trapped. She wasn't entirely at fault, I muttered to myself, running a hand through my hair. She was cornered. Ryan frowned. That doesn't make it better for you, does it? No, I admitted, voice barely above a whisper. It just changes things. I feel like I want to punish her less and understand her more. But how can I reconcile that with everything she did to me? You can't do both at once, Ryan said softly. You have to choose. Revenge or empathy? I nodded slowly, letting his words sink in. It was harder than I expected. Every time I thought of her, the old pain surfaced, but now, the context made it sting differently. Later that day, Sophia approached me quietly. "You've been tense," she said, her voice gentle. "I see the struggle inside you. Do you really want revenge, or do you want peace?" I looked at her, surprised by how calm and perceptive she was. I don't know. I thought I wanted revenge, but now—" My voice trailed off. "Now?" she asked, tilting her head. "Now I'm not sure. She was manipulated. Her family, they pushed her. She wasn't fully in control." Sophia nodded slowly. "Then maybe the right thing is to separate her mistakes from the circumstances. Not easy, I know. But holding on to anger for too long, it'll destroy you." Her words struck me. I realized I had been so focused on Elena that I hadn't noticed how Sophia's quiet support had become something I trusted, something grounding. That night, Ryan and I sat on the balcony, beers in hand. "You look different," he said. "Less obsessed?" "I guess," I said. "I'm starting to see things differently. Elena, her family, her pressures. It changes my perspective. But it doesn't erase the hurt." Ryan nodded. "Pain doesn't vanish just because you understand it. But understanding it can prevent you from making the wrong choice. Don't let anger dictate everything." "I know," I muttered. "But I feel this tension. Part of me wants to lash out, and part of me wants to reach out and help her. And I don't know which part will win." Ryan laughed softly. "Welcome to heartbreak, buddy. Sometimes it's messy. Sometimes the heart and mind don't agree." I took a deep breath, staring at the city lights below. I never realized how complicated love could be. Betrayal, manipulation, desire, regret. Everything mixes together. "Exactly," Ryan said. "And somewhere in there, you have to decide what you want for yourself." I nodded again, feeling a strange mix of relief and unease. I still cared for Elena more than I wanted to admit. But now I understood her vulnerability. I could feel a seed of clarity growing, balancing love, moral responsibility, and the desire for justice. Sophia's words echoed in my mind as I closed my laptop. Not revenge, not obsession, just clarity. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like I could breathe. I didn't mean to overhear. But when I heard Elena's voice through the half-open door, my chest went cold. "I never told him the truth," she whispered. "He deserved to know, but I couldn't. I thought it would ruin everything." My hands shook. "What truth?" I muttered to myself, stepping closer. Her next words hit me like a knife. I signed the deal that cost him the job. I didn't think he'd lose everything, and I thought it was temporary, but it ruined him for months." I froze, the blood draining from my face. She, Elena, had caused me professional ruin years ago. All that stress, all that struggle, all that doubt, it had come from her hands, even if unintentionally. I barged in without thinking. "What did you just say?" I shouted. She jumped, eyes wide. I didn't know you were there. I didn't know," I spat. "You ruined me, Elena. Do you have any idea what I went through? The nights I stayed awake wondering why the world had turned against me?" Her voice faltered. "I didn't mean to. I swear. I didn't know it would—" "You didn't mean to," I screamed, voice cracking. "Do you think that excuses it? 2 years of my life destroyed because of your choices, your fear, your pride, your everything." Tears pricked at her eyes. I was scared. I thought I was protecting you in my own way. I never wanted to hurt you. I never stopped caring. "You never stopped caring," I yelled, pacing the room. "Do you know what that feels like? To be betrayed by the person you loved the most? To find out that everything I worked for was tainted? I know, she whispered, voice breaking. And I hate myself for it every day. I thought I was doing the right thing. Doing the right thing? I laughed bitterly. You've destroyed me. And now you're standing there telling me you thought you were right? You thought? Her hands shook, and I could see the guilt etched on her face. I'm so sorry. Please believe me. I never wanted this. Stop! I shouted, throwing my hands up. My heart was pounding, my head spinning. Anger, betrayal, desire, love. They all collided, and I felt like I might break apart. Stop talking. Stop. I don't know if I can ever forgive you. I can't. Sophia appeared at the doorway quietly, her eyes soft but firm. Breathe, she said gently. Step back. You're letting anger control you, not reason. I glared at her, wanting to shove her words away. You don't understand. She. My voice faltered. I could feel my knees weakening, my chest tight. She destroyed everything. I do understand, Sophia said softly. I understand pain, betrayal, and love. But letting it consume you won't fix anything. It won't change the past, and it won't help you decide your next step. I sank into a chair, burying my face in my hands. I don't know what to do. I'm so angry, and yet I still care. Elena stepped closer, tears streaming down her cheeks. Please, I know I can't undo it, but I want to make amends. I want a chance to show you I never stopped caring. I can't, I whispered, voice barely audible. I don't know if I can ever trust you again. Not after this. Not after everything. Sophia touched my shoulder lightly. You're not weak for walking away. You're choosing clarity over chaos. You're choosing yourself. I nodded silently, feeling the truth in her words. My anger was still there, simmering, but for the first time I could control it. I stood, took a deep breath, and turned to Elena. I need time, I said quietly. I can't stay here. I can't. Not yet. She opened her mouth to speak, but I didn't wait for her. I walked out, leaving the room heavy with silence, my heart pounding, tears threatening, and my mind clearer than it had been in years. Outside, the cool air hit me, sharp and cleansing. I didn't know what would happen next, or if we'd ever repair the damage. But I knew one thing: I had chosen to step back, to hold on to myself, and to face the choices ahead with my own heart intact. And that, for now, was enough. I didn't act. I didn't scheme. I didn't plan revenge. And yet I watched as the consequences of Elena's choices began to unfold naturally. It was subtle at first. Missed deadlines, frustrated colleagues, the little slips she couldn't control. But over time, the cracks widened. Look at her today, I muttered to Ryan one morning as we sipped coffee. She looks tired, stressed, like everything's collapsing around her. Ryan smirked. Karma's a slow coach, huh? You've been sitting back and life's doing the work for you. I frowned, conflicted. I don't know if I feel satisfied. I mean, I do a little. But there's also this emptiness. Ryan shrugged. That's because you're realizing revenge isn't the point. You're learning something better: restraint, growth. I nodded slowly, watching Elena from across the street. She bumped into someone, papers scattering everywhere, and her face went pale. She muttered apologies, flustered and distracted. Part of me felt a pang of pity. Another part, a quiet satisfaction. But it wasn't enough to fill the hole in my chest. Sophia noticed my gaze. Still thinking about her? She asked softly. Yeah, I admitted, lowering my eyes. I keep watching. Not to hurt her, not really. Just, I don't know. To understand the consequences she's facing. She placed a hand on my shoulder. You're doing fine. You're letting go in your own way. And you're building yourself back up at the same time. That's what matters. I sighed, grateful for her presence. I didn't realize how much I needed someone like you. Someone calm, someone solid. Sophia smiled faintly. I'm glad I can be that for you. But remember, this isn't about her anymore. It's about you, your choices, your growth. Days turned into weeks. Elena's projects began failing, relationships strained. I heard whispers about her mistakes at the office, and although I felt the old anger rising, it no longer consumed me. It was observation, detached and measured. Ryan nudged me one evening. See? You're doing it. You're watching the storm without diving in. That's maturity, man. Feels weird, I admitted, like I'm watching a movie, except the actors know me and it's personal. You're not bitter anymore, he said. That's the key. You're learning the hard way that satisfaction from revenge fades, but satisfaction from growth? That lasts. One evening my phone buzzed. It was a message from Elena. I need to talk. Please, I don't know what to do anymore. I stared at the screen, my chest tightening. The familiar ache returned, but this time it was tempered by clarity. I didn't respond immediately. I didn't rush. Sophia appeared beside me. What are you going to do? I won't engage recklessly, I said firmly. She wants my attention, but I'm not the same person she left behind. I've grown. I've learned restraint. I've built boundaries. She smiled, a proud warmth in her eyes. Exactly. You're finally choosing yourself first. That's the hardest part. I typed a simple reply after a long pause. I'm not ready to talk. I need to protect my peace. I hit send and felt relief. Not joy, not anger, just relief. For the first time in months, my mind felt quiet, steady. Ryan appeared behind me with a grin. That's the face of a man who survived heartbreak without losing himself. Proud of you, bro. I smiled faintly, feeling the weight of his approval. Thanks. It's different, but it's better. I think I finally understand what you meant about growth. Sophia leaned against my desk. You'll be okay. And when the time comes, you'll know if she deserves another chance or if she's just a memory now. I nodded, watching the city lights flicker through the window. Elena's life was in disarray, a consequence of her own choices. I didn't feel glee. I felt perspective. I didn't need revenge to heal. I didn't need her apology to breathe. And most importantly, I realized that the satisfaction I craved wasn't in her downfall. It was in my ability to survive, to learn, to reclaim myself. I took a deep breath. The ache of love and betrayal was still there, but it was tempered with understanding and clarity. Karma had run its course, and I had emerged intact, stronger, wiser, free. For the first time in years, I could finally look forward. I never thought I'd reach this point. Peace. Real, steady, quiet peace. Not the temporary relief of anger, not the fleeting thrill of revenge, but calm that comes from knowing I've grown. Look at you, Ryan said one evening, smirking as I sipped coffee. All happy and content. You're moving on way too fast, man. I'm not moving on too fast, I replied, smiling faintly. I'm just finally living. Ryan laughed. Sure, that's what they all say. Sophia sat across from me, her hand brushing against mine, warm and grounding. You've changed, she said softly. I can see it in how you carry yourself. No obsession, no bitterness, just you. I nodded, letting the words sink in. I've learned a lot. About trust, about love, about myself. You've been through a lot, she said, eyes gentle. But you came out stronger. I looked out the window, thinking of Elena. The storm she caused, the chaos, the heartbreak. It all felt distant now, like a shadow I'd stepped out from. She had shaped me, yes, but she no longer controlled me. Do you ever think about her? Sophia asked quietly. I shook my head. Sometimes. But it's not the same. She's a part of my past, a memory that taught me what I need to survive and grow. That's it. No anger, no obsession. Sophia smiled, squeezing my hand. I'm glad. You deserve this. Ryan leaned back, shaking his head. I can't believe it. I expected at least one outburst, one dramatic meltdown. But no, you're calm, collected, boring. Boring is good, I replied, chuckling. I'll take boring over sleepless nights and constant heartbreak any day. Sophia laughed softly, a sound that felt like home. See? He's finally sane. I felt the truth of her words in my chest. For so long, I had been consumed by Elena, by betrayal, revenge, heartbreak. But now, I wasn't consumed anymore. I had learned to value myself, my peace, my happiness. And I wasn't afraid to let someone new into that space, someone steady, someone kind. Do you think she'd ever come back? Ryan asked, nodding toward the empty street outside. Elena, I mean. I shrugged lightly. Maybe, but I wouldn't let it matter if she did. She had her chance. Life moved on, and so have I. My focus is here, with people who truly care about me. Sophia leaned closer, resting her head on my shoulder. And I'll be here, every step of the way. I smiled, letting the warmth of her presence fill the space that once held hurt and obsession. I know, and I'm grateful for it more than I can say. Ryan clapped his hands. Look at you two, moving on, holding hands, planning a life. Who knew the guy who almost blew a fuse over a memory could get here? I laughed, a real, unburdened laugh. It took a lot of mistakes, heartbreak, and bad decisions, but I made it. Sophia tilted her head, smiling softly. And you're stronger for it. You've healed. I nodded, feeling the truth in her words. Every late night, every tear, every fight with Elena, every moment of doubt, it had led me here. Not to revenge, not to obsession, not to despair, but to understanding, growth, and peace. Ryan nudged me again, grinning. So, what's next? World domination? Retirement? Or just more happy coffee dates? More happy coffee dates, I said, smiling at Sophia. And life, just life, with lessons learned and people I trust by my side. Sophia laughed lightly. I like the sound of that. I took a deep breath, feeling the city air fill my lungs. The past was behind me, karma had run its course, and I had found myself again. I was free, and for the first time in years, I felt truly, undeniably happy.